Good morning, everybody. It's Jen again. Y'all never guess. I'm about to head into work and I'm not running right on it this time. So I thought, hey, let's do a video. Although now it looks like it's about to start pouring out the rain. So y'all will know if it did or not if this uploads. Because I can't film when it's raining. But anyway, I'm going to get out on the main road and I will be back with y'all in just a moment. Okay, y'all, I have been kind of thrown off my game a moment because there's a truck at the gas station over there where I kind of have to wait to turn out. And it's got one of those, I don't know if it's hanging off the, see, it just threw me off, hanging off the rear view or what, but it's like a Michael Myers mask, but they got it hooked to something that looks like there's actually somebody sitting in there with a Michael Myers mask. I don't know. Like, I don't know if I should be impressed or worried. But anyway, another good news. I seen when I was driving home yesterday, and I'm looking over here right now, we got a grocery store in town. So it's a Dollar General Market, but hey, there's something there, and I'm so happy about that. If you just gotta get one or two things to buy, it will be amazing not having to drive near 30 minutes to just get to somewhere to buy any type of food. So I will take it. I'm glad somebody finally, I remember they were shopping it around for a long time, and where this town is so small and the parking lot's not huge and stuff, they couldn't get any takers. And then finally, I guess Dollar General Market was like, buddy, we'll build in there. So, and they've really made the building look a lot nicer. And they opening up a coffee shop over there. Sorry, that's new. That wasn't there yesterday. They opening a coffee shop in my city? When I say small town, y'all, I mean really small town. I don't mean like 5,000 people. That's a big city to me. Okay, I'm just all thrown off. But anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk at y'all about today. I'm gonna have to. That just threw me all off. We got Michael Myers. We got the grocery store, and it looks like they're going to put in a coffee shop. So, all right. How awesome. That's good. We've had tons of storefronts just sitting empty for years and years and years and years, but it's a whole nother story, whole nother day. Anyway, welcome to these car chats where you just never know where I'm going to be thrown off my attention. I'm like a raccoon around shiny things. But hi, I am Jen, and I wanted to talk at y'all this morning, actually, something that's been a theme of my days within my health journey, and now just about everything else. It's weird when you start incorporating habits for one thing, they bleed into other things, and I'm finding whether they're good or bad. And something that has helped me get my health together is just learning that things are worth fooling with, even if you can't do them in like the super complicated way or for a long period of time, or got the money to do it in a fancy way and all that. Just if you haven't tuned in before, I've lost about 140 pounds over a little over more than 2 years. 37, been morbidly obese my whole entire life. And so this is new territory for me. Now I'm just, I think, overweight being my category. I would personally like to lose another 20, 25 pounds. I think to be in the optimal range, I need to lose about, 30? I don't know. I'd have to look into that. I honestly got no clue, to be honest. We are eloquent in the morning. It's kind of like when we all get into work in the morning, me and my coworkers, nobody talks for like the first hour. We only got like 2 morning people, and they come in, they're like, good morning. We're like, morning. But anyway, and one thing I've been incorporating, because I am somebody, I can overcomplicate the fool out of anything, and I want to research do things the absolute optimal way, or, buy what product and whatever. And I'm on a very strict budget, so that just didn't work. So I would like to think of it as I've learned to you got to just start and whittle at stuff. It's kind of like the main bulk of all the fitness activity I've done throughout this is just take gentle walks. And sometimes I got time to take like 45 minutes, and sometimes I got 5 minutes. And that 5 minutes is just as important to do as that 45 minutes or that hour or that 2 hours or whatever. If you're trying to eat healthy, well, maybe you can't buy Lord knows I can't, the organic, grass-fed, cows only drink water from Angel Tears meat, the $9 a pound chicken, the produce that, has never touched anything earthly. I don't know. Y'all know what I mean, though. Because they say, oh, you got to have this, that, and the other one. Sometimes it's worth making a healthy meal out of what you can afford, and that's still worth doing, And sometimes I like to make, try out recipes and go on, and maybe I got a complicated recipe that takes me a good hour or so to make. And sometimes I'll just scramble me up an egg and toast me a couple pieces of bread and have an egg sandwich, call it a day, So it's both worth doing. I feel like I'm not explaining this as well as I should. But that was kind of the theme of my year. I was talking about, too, a video a while back where, I was sitting with Mr. Augie, petting him. Like, you just have to start whittling at things. It's like also like cleaning your house. I would love to just take a whole day and, clean that house top to bottom and move everything. Actually, no, that stresses me out just thinking about it. But, it's kind of like last night, I had 15 minutes, so I went over the floors right quick. Did I pull out everything and get underneath everything and probably found every piece of cat hair in the universe? No. But I got the main surfaces of the floor, and that's going to serve me well for when I do have time to, sorry, there's chicken coop for sale, and some fellas looking at it over there. But when I do have time to pull stuff out, maybe do a deep clean, and by doing that, 5-15 minutes of that surface work, it's going to cut down on my work later. It's kind of the same. I don't have time to do like these big meal preps where you spend like hours. So what do? I just, when I get groceries in, like I gotta go to Yugo tonight, so y'all probably hear from me again. You'll see this shirt again. You'll see this shirt in this get up many times because I only have like 5 shirts per season. But if I buy any produce or anything that needs to be prepped or whatever, I do it right then. I take, 10-15 minutes right then and I get it done. So that step's done later on. I don't have 50 steps to do. I might just have 40 later. So I'm just whittling at stuff. You don't have, it's worth doing even if you got 5 minutes to do something, because those 5 minutes add up. And that's been something really big in my health journey. Because some mornings I'll wake up right on time. So maybe all I got time to do in the morning is just kind of do a couple shoulder rolls and stretch my arm out, maybe walk back and forth across the house 3 or 4 times, get a little blood flowing. That's worth doing. It's not, you shouldn't do nothing just because you only got a couple minutes. Use those couple minutes. My lunch breaks, I go for walks. Sometimes, I can walk and I got maybe 50-55 minutes. Got to give me time to cross the street and everything and walk back to work. Sometimes I got 20 minutes. So I'm just doing one quick lap and going back. That's still worth doing. That's been something I've really had to, pound in my head. I'm not doing these, I'm not going to the gym. That ain't in the budget. That ain't in the time budget or the money budget. I ain't buying no fancy products to do it. It's just, Like my groceries for 2 people, I'm trying to spend about $50 a week. I ain't buying no fancy $9 a pound chicken for that, you know. You just make do, and it's still worth doing. Okay? We're trying to get back to $50. Lord have mercy. Nowadays, we're just doing our best. That's my goal anyway. Oh man, a few years ago, I used to be able to feed us both for like between $35 and $40 a week. Not no more. Maybe I should make me a more realistic goal, maybe $70. But anyway, it's the same. Like, I've been doing all this work in my garden and in my yard, and this is, newer to me. I've never been physically able enough to really do a bunch of this work back there, and Lord knows I got no idea what I'm doing. I'm just out there working at stuff. I figure if I dig long enough, I'll make progress. Like last night, I worked, went to work, come home, and I was a little bit later coming home because, of course, we had last minute stuff happen, and I got out there for an hour and a half, and I got, I think, about 5 wheelbarrow loads, a couple of soil, because I'm starting up a second compost pile that, don't have any wood. I have a mulch compost pile, and then I have a compost pile. There's some science and things involved in that, but I got those YouTube videos on cue. I haven't learned about all that yet. I learned about it as I need it. Bless anybody who puts information on YouTube, like with gardening or recipes or whatever. Like, I love having information at my fingertips from people that have already gone through all the mistakes and, that have the knowledge and stuff. But, I moved 2 loads of dirt, and I moved 3 or 4 loads of mulch around my bed. So I got that done in an hour and a half, and stayed out there and, fooled around with the cats a little bit. That's probably why it takes me a little bit longer. I'm distracted. My dad was out there for me a little bit, so I, got to spend a little bit of time with him, and that hour and a half, it was worth it. And then I went in, had supper, and then did the floors right quick and everything. And it's just whittling at stuff, and it's worth whittling at it, because if I can get 3 or 4 nights after work where I can spend an hour and a half outside, I mean, if you think about it, that's 6 hours of work done by the end of the week. And so I don't have such a daunting weekend ahead of me. That's been something I've been trying to cut down on, because I try to jam pack the weekend so much. And sometimes I can. Sometimes I can just hit the ground running from sunrise to sunset and just go, 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 go. But if I can whittle stuff down throughout the week, that's great. And again, it's just weird how it parallels with like my health journey, my fitness journey, my nutrition, whatever. It's just being consistent, and whittling it down. And it adds up big time. It ain't about these, big, huge to-dos. I mean, it could be, but you ain't gonna have those all the time. It's worth doing the big, huge to-dos as much as it's worth doing the piddly 5 minutes here and there, because that builds those habits and everything. Does that make sense? I swear in my head this sounded a lot more put together and sensical, but, I've just learned to go with it. If you ain't got anything fancy, or you don't have all this knowledge of the science of it all and doing all this, just do the 5 minutes. It's fine. Like I said, sometimes I just get up and do a couple of shoulder rolls and kind of stretch my arms out real good. That's all I got time to do. Guess what? I still do it. It's still worth doing. All right, listen. This there's going to be a cut here, because this is real annoying. I used to just be able to hit the pause button, and it would keep the video all in one video. And now it cuts it in 2. So, because I didn't think y'all wanted to hear me sit there and going on with the turn signal. Lord have mercy. But yeah, nothing else when I talk about my health stuff and everything. That's probably the biggest thing, or just things in life and developing habits. I've just started calling it whittling. So that's what I do. I sit there and I whittle it, kind of like an old piece of wood, and it's going to look like a funny looking dog or a duck at the end of it. It might not be the best looking duck, but it'll be my duck. I don't know if my hands have enough dexterity to really whittle, but that's just what I've had to start doing, and where my schedule is really busy and stuff like that. I find that if I wait for these times where I got big chunks of time and I only try to do stuff in there, and I try to wait, for when I think with my health journey, it's like when the planets align and all this stuff, and you're waiting for that perfect spark of whatever, just start doing the 5 minutes. Just as me, get out in that yard. You might have time to do 1 wheelbarrow load. Well, buddy, you get that 1 wheelbarrow load done today. That's 1 less wheelbarrow load you got to do later. Okay? You get out there and you get this thing done. It's all progress toward it. No matter how big or how little, no matter how fancy, no matter how complicated, no matter how simple. Something that fits and does that. I don't know. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to get to it, y'all. I got to go make some money. As passionate as I am about whittling, I am just as equally or more passionate about paying my bills. So I'm going to get to it, y'all, and I will see y'all soon with something else. Bye, y'all.